Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I have an amazing news for you. For those of you who are interested in moving to Canada without a job offer, this is an opportunity for you. I hope you guys remembered the Saskatchewan SINP program. We talked about it a few months ago and we looked at some subcategories. They had one for international skilled workers with employment offer, which means you need to get a Canadian employer or a job offer in Canada. The second one was the International Skilled Worker Saskatchewan Express Entries, and another one is the International Skilled Worker Occupations and Demand. They did not simplify it as of then because we were looking at this International Skilled Worker Occupations and Demand. It was not clear. We couldn't do anything about it. But I'm pleased to announce to you that they have simplified it. This particular one, International Skilled Worker Occupations in Demand, you do not need a job offer to begin the process. So in this video, we're going to look at all the details you need to get started with this one. So if you're interested, just hit the like button, sit down, watch the videos till the end. Don't skip any part so that you don't make mistake, all right? So that you get the full details and start your application if you are interested. So please, if today is your first time, we talk about how to relocate abroad through legitimate means. So please join the family by subscribing. To my returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back. Let's get started. I'll leave the link for you guys in the description. Okay, so go to saskatchewan.ca, and then this is the page where everything is. So to be able to apply for any of these subcategory, you need just 60 points. Only 60 points. Not the other provinces that are looking for 1,600 points. You only need 60 points to apply. So if you have a job offer and meet the criteria below, so you can click on this International Skilled Worker Employment Offer if you have an offer already, or you want to go for this one. You can also click here if you have an express entry profile already. That is an express entry profile number and you meet the criteria below. You can go just click on this to go find out what it's all about. We're not talking about these two today. We're focusing on just this one. If you meet the criteria below but do not have a job offer or an express entry profile number, you can see International Skilled Worker Occupations. But before we go there, which is the one that brought us here, but before we go there, you're going to use the grade below to see if you actually qualify. The points that you claim will be confirmed by the documents you show later. So you don't actually need to show you don't need to show the document here. You don't need to prove it here yet so that you have whatever you claim to have. You're only going to prove it during your application. So you're going to look at the grade here, use the required documents for your subcategory to see what you need to support your claimed points. These documents must be attached to your SINP application at the time that it is submitted, or it will be closed and returned to you. First one is the Factor 1. They call it Factor 1 Labor Market Success. So you're going to check your education and training certificate. So if you have doctor's or doctorate degree, it must be Canadian equivalency to give you 23 points. If you have bachelor's degree or at least a 3-year degree at a university or college, you have 20 points. Trade certification equivalent to general person status in Saskatchewan, you have 20 points. Canadian equivalency diploma that requires 2 but less than 3 years at a university, 15 points. So go through it. So if you, let's say you have degree, that will be 20 points for labor market success. The second one is going to be skilled work experience. Your work experience must relate to the job you have put on your application. 1 year of work experience equals 12 months. So how many years of experience do you have prior to the application date? So you can put it here. Let's say you have 5 years plus the 20 here, that's 30. So I'm just grading it to show you example. and in the 6 to 10 years prior to application submission date, you choose, let's say you choose 5. So this one now is your work experience in the 5 years prior to the day you're going to submit application. So if you're still working, and you calculate from when you started working, how it is in your CV. Okay. So language ability. Click here, IRCCS website, to convert your IELTS, your SELPIP, your PTE score or TF scores to CLB 4 to 10. So you need CLB from 4 to 10. It's actually very low. So you can check your results here. I know so many of you that have told me that they have Canadian IELTS. So check it here and convert it to know if you're grade 4 or your grade 4 to 10. Your first language test and second language test. Your age, less than 18 is 0, 18 to 21 is 8, 22 to 34 is 12, and 45 to 50 is 8. There is no age limit. There's no upper age limit. However, more than 50 years is 0. Okay, so maximum points for factor 1 is 80. So you have to check how many scores you have so far. Check all the other points. So the total points is supposed to be 110. So if you have 60, you've passed. You're now going to go straight here to this page, International Skilled Worker Occupation in Demand. So what you need, this subcategory is for skilled workers who don't have a job offer in Saskatchewan but are highly skilled in an in-demand occupation. You intend to reside in Saskatchewan as a permanent resident. Note, all nominees with temporary work permits must reside in Saskatchewan. You meet the criteria, the one I showed you guys earlier. Criteria can change at any time, but we will use what was on this website when we first got your application. Okay, this is how to apply. To be eligible, you must pay a non-refundable $500 application fee online by Visa or MasterCard. It is the last step in order to submit your application. So it's not like you're just going to pay it. You would have gone through the first stage, you would have graded yourself, and you would have started filling the application, you would have submitted all the documents. It's going to be the last thing, which means you're already on your way. So you're not like paying it first before the application. So they need to make sure that you actually qualify for it before you start paying that money. Don't get scared about the money. Just grade yourself, check if you have everything. If you do, pay the money. $500 is nothing compared to the amount of money some people paid in the past to get COS. All right. So you are not a refugee claimant. You scored minimum of 60 points. You have a language score at least 4. Have completed post-secondary education, training, or apprenticeship that's comparable to that in Canada. You must have earned a diploma, certificate, or degree related to your intended occupation. To find out if your education is related to your intended occupation, you can review the employment requirements section of your National Occupation Code. Click here to find out if the job you're going for is related to what you studied. For education outside of Canada, you must submit an educational credential assessment, ECA, from a designated organization. So you can see the list of approved organizations here and do your assessment. Individuals who have completed trades or job training as part of their high school education must instead apply for Saskatchewan licensure. Okay, have work experience that is high skilled and not on the excluded occupations list. You must have a minimum of 1 year of full-time, minimum 30 hours per week per work, paid work experience in a skilled occupation over past 10 years. So you can check the occupations in demand and express entry occupation requirements for more information. So to apply for this subcategory, you must submit an expression of interest. If you successfully submit an expression of interest, you will be entered into the expression of interest pool of eligible candidates. Not all candidates who submit an international skilled worker expression of interest will be invited to apply for the SINP. The points scored associated with an EOI profile will determine the likelihood of receiving an invitation to apply. So, to remain eligible for a nomination, you must meet the minimum points of the EOI selection through which you received your ITA. If there are grounds to believe that an applicant and/or their representative have provided false information on an EOI profile or application to increase their points score, then our program compliance branch will undertake an investigation for misrepresentation. The federal government sets the amount of nominations the SINP can make every year. No application is guaranteed to be accepted. So you can check all the other details. What is an international skilled worker expression of interest? It is not an application to the SINP. It's a pre-application process which allows candidates to fill out a form to indicate their interest. Okay. For more information, please visit here to check. Not all candidates who submit international skilled worker expression of interest will be invited. Then who cannot apply? You failed to submit documentation as requested. You failed to show that your intent to live and work in Saskatchewan is genuine. You and or your representative have not been truthful in application. So you need to be truthful in this application, okay? You must score minimum of 60 points. We've talked about that. And they award points based on 5 factors: education and training, skilled work experience, language ability, age, connections to the Saskatchewan job market, and family. So if you have anyone who lives there, it can add a lot of score to you. How to apply? Follow the guidelines here. Complete, scan and submit all your required documents. Refer to the SINP important words and definitions to understand what is needed. Applications submitted with missing documents or are not translated will be closed. If your application is closed, you will be sent a letter and asked to reapply. So apply online. To apply for this one, create an account, complete the different sections, scan and upload your completed forms and supporting documents in PDF format. Keep the originals for your records, save and submit application. You don't need any immigration representative or consultant, but if you need any, you need to hire a representative that is a lawyer in Canada and that is in good standing with Provincial Law Society or licensed by Government of Saskatchewan. So don't just take anybody in Nigeria or Ghana for this. The person has to be someone practicing in Saskatchewan. So they have everything covered here. You can go through all of them. We can't go through all of them here on this video. Read the procedures and guidelines to help you do this application. If you cannot, I can't cover everything. I can't cover everything on this video. But if you need more help, you can reach out to me or book your consultation. We can go through them and see how it goes for you. So for you to start this, after checking your score and you scored 60 and above, you're just going to come down here, expression of interest. To apply for this subcategory, you must submit an expression of interest. So you click on expression of interest. It opens up like this. During your expression of interest profile, you're going to need your passport number, your date of birth, and every detail here. You're going to need them. So just click on create an expression of interest profile. So it opens like this. Then you create an account. So you select a registration type. This is the one we're going for: SINP applicant or expression of interest candidate. Continue. SINP applicant or expression of interest candidate registration. So it says here, Online application. Your application can only be submitted once it is complete. You can save your application and submit it at a later date. Once you have submitted your application online, you will not be allowed to make any changes. So don't rush and submit application. Go through it. Take your time to do this. You can always save and come back later, but once you submit, you cannot change anything. Okay. Expression of interest. If you submit an expression of interest profile, you'll be entered into an expression of interest profile of eligible candidates. You may only have one expression of interest profile in Oasis at any time. You must make sure that the information provided is current and accurate at all times. All right. We encourage you to review all category criteria as well as information about required documents. So make sure you go through the eligibility criteria that I showed you guys. Grade yourself. Make sure you score 60 points before you continue, before you come here. All right. And make sure you have all those documents that you claim to have. Make sure you have your passport because you're going to need your passport number, your educational qualification and certificate and all of that. Have everything handy. So you're now going to create your username, first name, middle name, family name, date of birth. Date must be entered as date, month, and year. Okay, you enter your birth month in English. Example, 01 January 2015, and then put your email address. A password will be sent to your email address. Please ensure that you have entered the correct email address. There you have it. I cannot go past here. If you need further help, if you need further assistance, book your one-on-one consultation and we'll go through this step by step. I'll help you check your scores and then we'll create this expression of interest profile and you make your payment. And that's it from my end. Let me know your thoughts about this. Share it to anyone else who wants to travel to Canada. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. This is even the cheapest way to move. It is the cheapest way. If you're nominated, you're on your way to Canada. Thanks so much, everyone. I wish you all success in this. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next one.